morning, friends. It's Friday the 29th. Yes, Friday, January 29th. It's day 21. I'm on hour 485. I have 19 more hours to go of this 21-day fast. It is 7 o'clock in the morning here in Dallas, Texas. For some reason, I woke up at 5:30 this morning after falling asleep after midnight. I think I got a burst of energy because my ketones went up for the morning and I'm not tired. So I don't know. Just got out of the shower. My hair's a little flat and crazy. Okay, so when I woke up at 5:30, my blood sugar was 162 and it had been consistent. Like the line had been consistent. It is now, I don't know what it is right now, but when I got up to get in the shower, which was about 6:30, it was 174. I don't know what it is now because after the shower, of course, I lost signal because it got wet, all the things. My ketones, I was like, what am I going to talk about? Like, what am I talking about next? So I checked my blood sugar on my meter, my glucometer. It was 163. So that's pretty consistent with what I saw on the Dexcom. And then my ketones are 5.4, which is the highest they've been in the morning. I have been running around 4, 3.9, 4.2. But they are 5.4, which is whoa. So I am definitely in nutritional ketosis. I had an epiphany last night, and this may or may not be true. I don't know, not a scientist, but I think I'm fat adapted. And that's why I haven't been hungry this fast. Because I'm like thinking through my thoughts and stuff because I want to film like a wrap-up video. I think I mentioned that yesterday. And it's like, okay, I haven't been hungry at all this fast. Like maybe one or like my stomach growled yesterday. But like that's really been it. Like I haven't, and I had that one day where I took a nap. So 2 times out of 21 days, I've actually felt physical hunger. And so I'm like, what is going on? And that's the only thing I can figure is that my body is using its fat stores to sustain itself. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of feelings, I think, about this fast that I'm going to share. I think I'm just astounded by my own willpower. I mean, I'm a Taurus, and I say I'm a Taurus, and I'm like, we persevere, we're tenacious. But I also think that I don't like to fail at things. Like I don't like to quit. I don't like to fail. So being able to say that I've done 21 days without stopping, it feels really good to be able to say that. And like I've mentioned before, this is not something that will be sustainable. This isn't something that I'm going to do every month. This will be something that I do maybe once a quarter to kind of just help, clean up with autophagy again and then keep going. Tomorrow will be my first refeeding day, and it will be a bone broth day. Maybe coffee, but probably just bone broth. With a little butter. I don't know. I haven't really thought it out or decided. But the goal for today is to not aggravate my arms any worse than they already are. I don't know if you guys can see. I actually have 2 patches on my neck and 1 patch on my lower back because, like I mentioned, that repetition yesterday with doing the pickles and the mozzarella sticks, arm is just tired. It was already tired because of the day before where I dyed my hair and then did my makeup. So I'm dealing with really, really, really angry and tired arm muscles. So today is going to be a day of trying to baby them a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I want to push to lose just a couple more pounds. I did weigh this morning. I'm not going to share that weight because I'm going to try to push to lose a couple more pounds today. I just don't think I got enough water. Number one, I don't think I got enough water yesterday. And number two, I don't think I was horizontal long enough. So you guys probably think I've lost my mind. When you sit with your legs down, you get swelling. And even if you're thin, you get a little bit of swelling. It may not be noticeable, but everybody gets a little bit of swelling. So when you're sleeping and you're horizontal, that swelling tends to go down. And then you pee out the extra swelling. So I think if I'd gotten 8 or 9 hours of sleep, I would have had a bigger loss today. So that's kind of my goal. We're going to see what happens. If I don't lose that extra weight, that's cool. I just want to see, I just push it a little bit further and see if I could get that weight off. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get my day started. I got to give this kitty cat loves because she's driving both of us. Oh, she is very needy already this morning. So, but we love her. I wouldn't trade her for the world. So I don't mind. All right, guys. Have you guys noticed how big my eyes are now? It kind of freaks me out a little bit because they're so black. Like, people don't believe me when I say I have black eyes, but I do. It's the Native American in me. But they feel so big and it's kind of weird. Like, I feel kind of weird. So anyway, all right, bye for now. This RA fatigue and this mental fog from the RA is real, like serious. Anyway, so today is the last vlog for the fast. Tomorrow I will film after the fast like I did the last time. I think I've decided to do bone broth tomorrow, bone broth Sunday morning, and then try some scrambled eggs Sunday night. And if I'm hungry, because that's going to be the thing. So I have made the decision that this next week I will be doing 1 meal a day. And I'm going to be eating intuitively. Like, that's important to me. Like, I don't care what time I eat. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is that I've retrained my brain and my body to listen to its own hunger cues. And to me, that's way more important than trying to eat a meal at a certain time. So it's definitely going to be me focusing on only eating when I'm hungry, making sure that I'm keeping my portion somewhat smaller until my body gets used to eating solid food again. So that's kind of my goal. As far as food choices, I was going to film, but then I didn't because the list is a mile long and not very much of it is for me. If I'm going to be doing 1 meal a day, there's not a whole lot I need to make. I was just thinking about that. So my meal plan for next week is I want pigs in a blanket so bad. I can't stand it. So I'm going to have Rob's picking me up some of that Holmes jalapeno sausage. It doesn't have any carbs in it. And I will be using that in place of hot dogs. Number one, I couldn't really find anything that seemed to be carb free. I looked at Applegate, I looked everywhere, Target, Walmart, even like the uncured, like there was a Ballpark uncured, and then it had all this crap in it. The one, I changed my mind. Or remember, there was one that was, I think it was Applegate, that was grass-fed beef, but it was like $1 hot dog. And I was like, I don't know that I want to pay $1 hot dog. So I'm going to try it with the sausages and we'll see what happens. Then I'm making potato salad using cauliflower. So he's getting me a couple of heads of cauliflower. One of them just to have to eat because I love, like, I may have to give cooked cauliflower another try. Like I said, I've been watching Low Carb Love. I don't know if I told you guys that. And she's making me want cooked cauliflower again. So I may try it again, but for right now, I'm going to do raw. And I prefer raw cauliflower in the faux potato salad because my favorite potato salad of all time is from Walmart. It's the mustard potato salad and it has big chunks of potatoes in it. And that's how I like my potato salad. So I'm going to be making that. I will be eating some of the ribs. I did use the Sweet Baby Ray's reduced sugar barbecue sauce. And I'm like, I don't think I could do this. I don't know that I should do this. And then I was like, okay, a serving size is 2 tablespoons. And I didn't put nearly that much on each rib. And the ones that I deem to be for me, I will probably just put a little bit more when I, basting them, when I'm cooking them on the grill tomorrow, and that'll be it. So it should be negligible, but we will see what happens. My other kind of thought was, like a little, I like little snack plates. Like I was going through Instagram to see what I, like to eat, which is weird, but I did it. And I love when I do like a little bit of meat, a little bit of cheese, maybe some olives to go with it. Those kinds of things are kind of sometimes my most favorite plates. And I may make the Serious Keto crackers and have that as well. I haven't thought more about it other than that because I have a feeling I'm not going to be hungry. I am fat adapted. Like I don't think there's any question now that I am fat adapted. I watched Dr. Ekberg's video on fat adaptation and there were 10 things and I basically have all 10 things. So I'm almost positive that I'm fat adapted. And like I told you guys, my goal is to stay in this deep level of ketosis. So like with the pigs in a blanket, instead of using a recipe with almond flour, I'm just going to do, I think there's a carnivore recipe where you just use cheeses and egg. And I'm going to try that. Like I'm trying to stay as low carb as I can, but also allowing myself some veg. Oh, pizza's the other thing. So I ordered those pizzas. So I will have that at some point. I will scrape off most of the tomato sauce and then I'll add like olives and mushrooms and stuff like that on top. So that'll be something that I can eat as well. So I have some meals and then I have my pickles and my mozzarella sticks in the freezer. So many of you guys have asked for a recipe. It's literally oat fiber. So you use oat fiber to begin with. If you watched Wes's from Highfalutin Low Carb, his chicken tender battle, I'm the one that gave him, he mentions that, I'm the one that gave him the idea to use oat fiber instead of like you would regular flour in your 3-part dredge. So you start with oat fiber, then you go into an egg, and then I used pork rinds and the grated cheap Parmesan cheese, and then I added Italian seasoning and garlic powder. And I just mixed it up and then I did the 3-part dredge. The pickles look weird because I removed, those were like Clausen refrigerated pickles, which are probably not the greatest ones to use, but I did. And I took off the seeds because I felt like that would get real soggy. And I'm like, are there seeds when I eat fried pickles out? Like I was trying to remember. So that's literally it. And then I've put them in the freezer for probably 2 or 3 hours. That way they were flash frozen. And then I was able to put them all together in a Ziploc bag, and I can just pull out 2 or 3 whenever I'm ready to eat them. I am going to try them in the air fryer first, but I've also got a deep fryer and lard, and so there's that option too. So I feel like I have a good plan. I'm going to stick with 1 meal a day, and again, eat intuitively. So like if Monday I wake up and I'm not hungry, and I'm getting my water in or whatever, then I'm not going to eat that day. It's really going to be listening to my body. My blood sugar is still running high, as you guys have seen through the day. And again, I'm not going to worry about it because we know it's the inflammation. My doctor, I got a letter from CVS Caremark, which is our insurance, and they approved the Enbrel. So I went and read it because that's in the same class as Humira, but it doesn't have, it says if you're diabetic, talk to your doctor, but I went through almost like all of the information and I couldn't find it anywhere where it says that it raises blood sugar. So fingers crossed this works. So I'll get that injection, I think on the 8th, which is a little over a week away. So yeah, so I'm going to film like a recap video, like the final results. I'm going to try to get dressed and take pictures tomorrow. I'm going to make sure that I have my weigh-in done and I've got my ketones and my blood sugars so we can talk about, what was successful, what wasn't successful. Like I want it to be a really informative video. And then I'm thinking about sitting down and kind of doing a video about how I fasted. So if that's something that you're interested in, or if you have questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments. But that's it for today's video. 21 days. I did it. I cannot flip and believe it. Like I cannot believe it. Tomorrow is going to be a huge busy day for me. I need to get up and film the 2 videos I've been putting off all week, because the rest of the day is going to be basically cooking, probably today and tomorrow. I'm grilling ribs. We're grilling Rob's chicken for his lunches. I'm making him a bacon cheeseburger soup. I lost my brain. An Italian wedding soup and a big load of baked potato soup. And then I'm making him mashed potatoes, then green beans, and I'm doing flank steak and the ribs for him. And the reason why I cook so much, you guys are probably going, what are you doing? Number one, when I'm fasting, it's really easy for him to just heat up what it is, and then I don't have to worry about cooking. And that helps me not graze or munch or those kinds of things. But also, as we get closer into February, into March, he works for a Big Four accounting firm as a proofreader, and that's the beginning of their busy season. So he will be working sometimes 16, 18, 20 hours a day, and he's the one that cleans the kitchen and does the dishes and all that, and I don't want him to have to worry about that if he's worked an entire day. You know what I mean? So I cook ahead also for that. But anyways, that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. For the glasses, I don't know if you guys can see. This is like metal plating, and my skin eats it. Like I could remember being in middle school, maybe I was in high school, and I had wire rimmed glasses, and where they sat right here on my cheeks, my pores would fill with the green and stuff, and I finally was like, what the hell is happening? And then I realized it was the metal. So from then, I've always done like plastic rimmed glasses, but I didn't realize these had that gold plating on the side. So my head, like where they touch my head or my face, it was eating away the metal plating. So today I sanded them down and then used clear, like the top coat for gel polish, made sure that was really smooth, set it, and now I can wear these again because they're my favorite. I love them. I love them so much. So I've talked for 14 flippin' minutes. I love you guys. You guys have been rock stars with keeping me going and just being so nice and supportive. And you don't understand just how much that means to me, because this was an emotional one, and I'll talk about that in that fasting video. So 21 days, we're done. So the next time you see me, it will be an after the fast video, and I'll share with you how I break my fast. Love you guys. Bye.